We're in Middlebury, Indiana, near Elkhart.
And of course, Elkhart, that's the RV capital of America. And we are at the plant where Coachmen builds the Galleria Class B motorhome. We've shown you the Galleria in a couple of other videos, but we wanted to visit the plant and learn a little bit more about how these coaches are built.
We picked one of the coldest days ever recorded in northern Indiana as we drove to the factory. The temperature read minus 15 degrees Fahrenheit. Everything was shut down, including the assembly line.
Coachmen RV is part of the huge $5 billion a year Forest River RV manufacturing conglomerate. It makes all kinds of RVs, but we're here specifically to learn about its Class B Galleria models. Despite the cold and the factory shutdown, product manager Nick Recchio and plant manager John Fry were on the job and glad to show us around.
Coachmen makes the Galleria on two chassis. The 22-foot Galleria CrossFit is on the Ford Transit chassis. The Mercedes-Benz Sprinter is used for the 24-foot Li3, the lithium model, and the FL, the traditional AGM battery model.
Here's something else that you need to know, especially when it relates to the Sprinter, which is made, of course, by Mercedes-Benz, and that is the Master Upfitter designation. That's important for any RV manufacturer who's going to be making modifications on this chassis, and Coachmen, they have that.
Of course, we're certified Master Upfitter. Once a year we get audits, and those audits are based around a couple criteria. Number one, that we're not manipulating the CAN bus system, which is a proprietary Mercedes electronic communication system. We're not supposed to touch that. We don't touch that. There are certain areas where we can modify the chassis. There are certain areas where we cannot touch the chassis. We follow the rules. Being certified Master Upfitter is very important because we got the full engineering support of Mercedes-Benz company, and that's a lot of that technology and engineering capabilities are coming from Germany. It's a very nice roadmap for us to use them on what we can do and what we can't do. The master certification is extremely important to what we can provide the end user when they're buying our Mercedes-Benz Sprinter product.
So this is where the Galleria is built. This is about a 12,000 square foot building. There are 11 stations here. There are 27 employees, and they build about 3 Gallerias every single day. So the first level of insulation is this. This is called rock wool. It's made out of rocks and steel. And unlike traditional fiberglass insulation that you'd put in a home, which is about a rating of a R7, this is R14. And this goes all throughout the unit. Not only does it keep it warm, it makes the sound dampen from all that road noise out there, all that wind noise. 4 inches thick.
One of the challenges in being in a unit like this is staying warm or staying cold. And in the Galleria, they found a solution in going organic.
Organic is correct, Jennifer. So this is all plant-based material. It doesn't matter if it has a puncture in one of the cells, and it has a lifetime warranty.
It's 15 below zero out there. Why is this stuff handy to have right here?
Well, for 15 below and in some cases 130 degrees out west, this is beneficial on both aspects. The cold. One thing you see underneath the phase change is this material here that we see in the silver, and underneath you see the rock wool. Okay? The rock wool picked up 10 degrees increased temperature hold, hot or cold. That was great. Big improvement over what we feel everybody's doing, let alone what we were doing. But we wanted more, and the phase change was the answer. The phase change afforded us another 10-degree thermal pickup in our heat and cold retention. This is going to be beneficial for holding your cold air if you're in Arizona, or like Mike and Jennifer, they like to camp in the winter. This will be extremely beneficial for comfortable camping in the wintertime.
And make sure I understand this correctly. In the summertime, that alone is going to make it 10 degrees cooler.
Correct.
In the wintertime, that alone is going to make it 10 degrees warmer.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's a latent heat storage solution. It's basically a coconut oil, a plant byproduct.
Nick, this is the flooring, right?
Yeah.
For the vans?
Yeah, a little bit different.
It's a pretty heavy piece of wood, and it looks like it's all one piece.
Yes.
What's important about this that we need to know?
Well, some manufacturers are splitting their floor up in their manufacturing process, and with the Sprinter chassis or the Ford chassis, it not being a 40-foot motorhome with a custom chassis built underneath it, we wanted it to gain some structural integrity in the floor. Squeaks, noise. How do we do that? One piece, okay? Also, water and moisture. We had that in mind. This is treated.
This is marine grade?
Marine grade 5/8 inch, one piece. We come in and we cut out the wheel wells, any other notches. This is the drop for the particular Ford crank down spare tire. Then what we do, on top of it, we use a USA made product called Bowfloor. And as you see, this meets right up with our cutout, right along the wheel wells.
Yeah, right there.
We lino left to right, front to back full.
So you put a cabinet, say, right here.
Right on top of the
The
lino.
cabinet is on top of the lino
On top of the lino.
instead of cut where it can come loose and fray.
Yes, we found
It's
that.
all one piece.
Yep, we found that some manufacturers are cutting out their cabinet pattern, their cabinetry pattern per the floor, and inserting their linoleum instead of doing it like we build our homes, sitting the cabinetry on top of our flooring.
One of the things that impresses me is the quality, the craftsmanship that goes into the cabinetry. They're all made from Amish carpenters, and it shows good quality. Something that you don't see is this composite that goes on the back of the cabinets that's mold resistant, and it also deadens sounds.
Jennifer, this is something that's very much overlooked in Class B builds, and that's how we build our walls. The walls must be quiet, and in my opinion, the walls should not absorb moisture. This is marine grade PVC vinyl. Will not mold, will not rot, and more importantly, will not absorb moisture. Most Class Bs have two things for their walls, and have molded ABS that will be noisy, or cloth, which will absorb moisture. Furthermore, when we tie in these walls, we wrap the edges for sound deadening. Notice the 3/8 inch foam on the back, and then when that panel meets up with another panel, that panel has also got the same wrap. So we're not having raw corners matching up. All of our corners and our transitions are padded 3/8 on both sides. We love this material, higher end material. Again, another layer of insulation. We know we're all about insulation and sound deadening. Perfect application for a Class B. We absolutely love it, and we're one of the only folks using this type of material.
Okay, so we're up on a ladder. I got to show you the roof. Up here, solar. Each of these are 100-watt flex panels. And let's face it, that flexible stuff got a lot of bad rap when solar first came out. They have fixed all the problems with them, and these are really nice. What's so cool about them is they don't have to drill a hole through the roof, and that, as you know, is where leaks come when you put a lot of holes through the roof. None here, but because they flex a little bit, they do a little better job of catching the sun, because you know the sun is only directly overhead once on a flat panel, so that flex gives it a little bit more pickup of solar. And they can get 300 watts up here. Something else that's pretty cool is the Wi-Fi Ranger that is available. That really helps you when you're trying to get a connectivity in a campground, or maybe you're in a municipal area and there's Wi-Fi around but it's a little weak. That Wi-Fi Ranger helps to boost that signal. On the lithium Li3 Galleria, the battery is mounted inside at the rear, and so is the 30-gallon fresh water tank. This protects both of them from the cold and the elements.
I love those Amish-made cabinets in the Galleria. Look at them. You can see the craftsmanship and the attention to detail. So beautiful.
Technology plays a big role in the Galleria too. Multiplex wiring connects all the electrical and system management functions, all controlled through an easy-to-operate tablet.
So I open up that app, and now everything that is in this display, whether it's lighting, temperature, auto gen start, opening up the awning, all the tank levels, all show up on the phone.
A lot of people are very interested in four-season
Correct.
RV.
Correct. So are we. So we went very deep into the design of this. It must be done while in production. You get the best results, and we use a heat pad. We wrap our water lines with a 12-volt malleable wire, and the main transition is going under the chassis and up through the chassis into the galley. At that transition, that needs to be heated. So we coil there, and then we zip tie pipe insulation throughout the coach. We've got reports of people getting down to 5 degrees. We've tested down to 5 degrees.
So that's where the Coachmen Galleria is born.
Yep, near Elkhart, Indiana. We want to thank everybody for coming in to give us that tour on a very cold day, 15 degrees. That was one of the toughest drives we've ever had anywhere. The snow and the ice and the cold. It was crazy.
It was. I mean, there was an accident on the main freeway, so we had to take side roads in a blizzard.
Yeah, well.
I don't know how much snow, but it was quite an adventure. It was beautiful.
It sure was.
We survived.
So what did you find most interesting about the Galleria factory?
The cabinets. The cabinets were beautiful craftsmanship. The Amish really outdid themselves. So the cabinetry was wonderful. I liked the 2 twin beds. I liked the work area. I liked it.
Yeah, I think I was most impressed by all the insulation to keep it warm or cool, and that sound dampening, because that is really nice. Now we're a little more sensitive to the sound dampening because we like to do stand-ups from the inside of the RV as we're driving, and so we appreciated that sound dampening that the Galleria has. Anyway, we're going to continue our series on visiting different RV manufacturers, and maybe we'll throw in some RV parts and accessory makers too, and sort of try and show you, as we do our travel around North America, where these beautiful machines come from and some of the people that make them. That's really fun.
It is fun. I enjoy it.
So send us your suggestions and do us a big favor before you leave to give us a thumbs up on this video and subscribe. If you haven't already done so, please do us a big favor and subscribe to the RV Lifestyle channel right here on YouTube. We're Mike and Jennifer Wendland. Thanks for watching.
Happy trails.